Have you ever met someone who, despite their age, seems stuck in a world of endless dreams and fantasies? Someone who avoids commitment, responsibility, and the harsh realities of adult life? This is not just immaturity. Carl Jung had a name for this condition: the Puer Eternus, the eternal boy. And today, we'll explore why the man-child never grows up. The term Puer Eternus, Latin for eternal boy, describes a psychological pattern. Not a phase, but a deeply rooted resistance to growth. Carl Jung observed this archetype in myth, literature, and real life. The Puer is charming, imaginative, full of potential, but tragically trapped in the safety of possibility. He avoids the weight of reality, wants freedom, not responsibility. He wants adventure, not stability, wants the idea of love, but not the work it requires. In mythology, the Puer appears as characters like Peter Pan, the boy who refuses to grow up. But in Jungian psychology, this archetype is far more serious than a fairy tale. The man-child clings to youth, not because he loves life, but because he fears life. He fears limitation, he fears failure, and he especially fears the death of the dream. Jung believed every person must go through a process of individuation, facing their shadow, accepting their flaws, and stepping fully into their adult self. But the Puer avoids this process. He lives in the sky, in ideas, in fantasy, in what could be, while neglecting the earth beneath his feet. You may notice the Puer Eternus in the man who constantly switches careers, relationships, or places. He's always chasing something better. But what he's really doing is running from himself, from commitment, from maturity. He may be incredibly creative, even brilliant, but his potential never solidifies into reality. He fears being trapped, but the real prison is his own refusal to grow. According to Jung, the opposite of the Puer is the Senex, the wise old man. The Senex brings discipline, routine, and wisdom. Everything the Puer resists. And yet, without the grounding influence of the Senex, the Puer flies too close to the sun. He burns out in his own fantasies. Growth requires balance, not the rejection of youth, but the integration of maturity. In the modern world, the Puer Eternus is more common than ever. Social media feeds us endless dreams, alternatives, and distractions. Responsibility becomes optional. Comfort is prioritized over growth, but the result? A generation afraid to take root, afraid to commit, afraid to become who they're meant to be. The man-child doesn't need more freedom. He needs confrontation, the confrontation of choice, the pain of growth, and the loss of the ideal. Only then can he transform. Jung's psychology doesn't judge the Puer, it understands him. He is a wounded dreamer, but healing begins when the dreamer stops escaping and starts creating. When he chooses to build, not just imagine, to love, not just desire, to grow, not just dream, the man-child can grow up. But only when he realizes that true freedom comes not from avoiding responsibility, but from embracing it. Because the boy who never grows up misses the man he could have become.